I'm joined by our guest analyst, like we promised, Sijibomi Adebiyi Benet. He is a social commentator, and Shiji is an, well, I say it's a pleasant one to have you join us this morning. Good morning.
Good morning and good morning to you in the studio. Good morning to the viewers.
Right. Let's begin with this headline, major headline on the front page of the Vanguard. It says, anger as petrol price goes up third time in 2 months. Now, there's a particular rider I would like to draw your attention to. It's coming from the CPPE. Says, latest increase regrettably ill-timed. Do you agree?
On emotional level, yes,
Oh,
but
okay.
unrealistic, on the realistic side of things, I'm not surprised, and I will not agree. My foundation is geology, and I have an MSc in renewable energy, which is what everybody is going into. So I know that when you let's say the regulated sector, now the onus lies on market demands to dictate the prices to you. And every time I have the opportunity to talk to people or to discuss, I just tell them anybody, any layman can know the crude oil price per time. Just use your phone, Google the crude oil price, maybe which is around $73 per barrel, and multiply that at 1,600, which the average dollar prices of today, or 1,650. It gives you the naira value of crude oil. But that's per barrel. How many liters do you have in a barrel? It's just 159. So divide that by 159. So you know the price of the crude oil per liter.
Oh.
Then put the 100 naira or 150 naira, and which used to be when you import, but today, because it's Dangote, maybe it's less than 100 naira or 80 naira to import to refine a liter. So just put it, you get the prices. The government is no more in control. So the same way it happens everywhere in the world. Today you can get to the filling station and buy maybe a liter at 59 cents if you're in the US, or 65 cents. If you're in the UK, maybe a gallon 1 pound 40 pence. If you're using a diesel car, if you're using a petrol car, 1 pound 30 pence. So it depends. So, and it fluctuates like that. Sometimes it comes down and sometimes it goes up, but it's always marginal, because you can't have a situation whereby the price of crude oil in the international market will just go from maybe a $73 per barrel to 150 or 200. It's always marginal, increases per day. And because it increases per day, it doesn't mean the price will be reflected every day at the filling stations, because they will be using old stock as well. So that's the thing. It's going to be like that. And we just pray that the price of crude continues to fall so that it comes down. At the time that Muhammadu Buhari came to power, it came to like 28 barrels $28 per barrel. If I have a situation whereby it comes to, though it's less revenue for the country as well, but if they can make do with that by exploiting more. So if you have a situation whereby it's average of $50 per barrel, simple mathematics, 50 times 1,006, that's 8,000 naira per barrel of crude. Divide 8,000 by 159. You get what it is in terms of per liter of crude. Them had the how much maybe 100 naira to refine from Dangote to it a liter. That's all.
But
So it's
Shiji,
we're going to be having that back and forth. But the earlier people get used to it, the better.
Shiji, if I may indulge you in this, with all this calculation, I think it's based on if we're exporting or if we're importing fuel. But we have it in Nigeria. NNPCL sells to Dangote, Dangote refines it and sells by. So, I mean, we should be able to exclude this $78 per barrel and all that. Don't you think it should be lesser since it's done in Nigeria, it's gotten in Nigeria, it's refined in Nigeria, and it's sold back to Nigeria? Shouldn't even be lesser than the 78 or even 30 something dollar per barrel?
Yes, that's one thing again that Nigerians need to know. it can be lesser unless you now introduce subsidy or under recovery. It's an international commodity. So if it is said crude oil is for example, if crude oil is $70 per barrel, in Nigeria you can't sell at $50 per barrel because you have it, because it's yours. It's not possible. It's an international commodity. We're members of OPEC. We're not Iran, who is not in OPEC, unless Nigeria pulls out of OPEC. So the only thing the government can do, which they are now doing with Dangote, is to say 70 times 1,006, which is like 11,000, thereabout. My calculation is right. So and say, okay, instead of Dangote looking for dollars, scarce dollars to buy it, pay the naira value, which is like 1,001 or maybe 11,000 or 12,000, but they can now reduce it a bit. Okay, let's give him a 10,000 flat. But when you do that, you are also subsidizing the whole West African region, because that means people in Togo, people in Benet Republic, as far as Central African Republic, will now get the fuel cheaper because they prefer to buy the Nigerian one than to get the one coming from abroad, if you get what I mean.
Yes.
So the most the government can do is to get it at the naira value and a bit of reduction, so that they can use the NIFEX window or the interbank window instead of using the parallel market window. So which can be 1,550, 1,5 per at the rate of dollar instead of maybe 1,6. So that still gives a bit of what's it called, reduction to Dangote. And don't forget that Dangote is not just going to be selling to Nigeria. So if you sell crude of 450,000 barrels every day, which they are trying to do now to Dangote, and we don't need as much as that, so you've reduced too much for Dangote. Dangote will just sell to the Nigerian market at that subsidized rate, then sell the rest and make double profit when he's selling to Ghana and he's selling to other countries.
All right, Shiji.
So
let's
forget let me just conclude. Let's forget about subsidy on fuel for Nigerians. Let's deal with subsidy on maybe electricity, on other things, so that we can augment anything that ameliorate any pain it can bring, and focus on let Dangote do his business, but considering Nigerians, putting the benefit of Nigerians in mind.
All right. Now, based on what you just said, this is a full picture of a deregulated market, right?
Yes.
Good. And then you talked about subsidies, removal from other things. If you remember, not too long ago, the federal government removed subsidy from, what's it called, pilgrimages, the Hajj pilgrimage, and all of that. So let's quickly move on to some...
It was an irresponsible decision in the first place.
Oh,
apologies.
No, say that again. Shiji, let me hear you. What was an irresponsible decision?
To subsidize pilgrimages. It's like...
Whoa, I think we're having network issues.
No, we are going to get Shiji back.
We're going to get him
and he's
back.
going to land on that statement. I like it. He was going to say it is an irresponsible decision to subsidize a pilgrimage in the first place. Shiji, are you back?
No,
he's not back yet. But we'll have him land on that.
I would like to.
Yes, I'd like that. But you see his analysis of the subsidy removal. It means that the presidency was trying to take its hands off subsidy slowly so that the impact won't be too hard on Nigerians. Is that it?
While not producing. Okay, let's take Ayo. Ayo from Ogun State, good to have you.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah. Actually, I just listened to our guest this morning now. Now, you see, what I want to say is this. This issue of Nigeria being in OPEC and we buying the same fuel with people that don't have fuel, I don't think that's something reasonable anyway. Because, so what is the benefit of we Nigerians that God gives these natural resources? Mind you, with this explanation, it shows that we are still be buying the products more than the price that we also be buying it. Because with calculation, I I did calculation, I realized that the petrol we are buying in Nigeria is even costlier than everywhere part of the world. Because with the way you said the barrel is like 78 and we have 159 in one barrel, so I was able to do calculation. I realized that it's even more expensive buying in Nigeria than buying in UK, in America that does not even have this fuel. So now what is the joy of Nigeria that we have these natural resources? That is my question.
Good.
Thank you.
Right.
I don't know what I will have. Shiji, are you there?
Because if that's the case, should we now start buying imported
Yes, I can hear
fish?
you.
All right,
Can you hear
Shiji.
me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Did you get the last caller? Did you get what he said?
Yes, I'm going to address that because I think I was the one that made the mistake. So let me just let the caller know. So if you are looking at let's even say $70 per barrel. $70 times 1,006. It's 112,000, not 11,000. It's 112,000 per barrel.
Okay.
So if you divide that by 159 liters in a barrel, it gives you 704 naira per liter.
Shiji, just
That's
hold.
crude.
Shiji, just hold your sauce, yeah? I'm coming
We're
back to
coming
you.
back to
Do
that.
not forget, we have another caller. Please, caller. Good morning. Who's calling?
Yeah, good morning.
Bola from Ondo. Thank you for calling. Please go ahead.
Yes, I just want to ask you.
Bola, before you go on, just could you Bola, could you just turn down the volume of your TV set a little
The
bit?
discussion going on.
Can you hear me?
The discussion going on. We have not factored in the fact that with the crude oil we are getting in Nigeria and being refined by Dangote refinery, it's not only PMS that we get out of the crude oil. There are some other derivatives
Yes.
of close to about 40. And it's not going to do that one for free. So how we just basing our calculation on just PMS? I'd like the what we call to contribute to that.
Fantastic question, Bola.
So-
Now, Shiji, you have two questions you must settle now. You were going to land on the first one. I see you doing your calculations. Do you realize, Shiji, that there are people listening to you, following you? They have their calculators. They are calculating with you. So could you
Yes,
land with the
yes.
first caller and then answer the second caller?
I'll quickly do that.
All
So I just checked that it's like 74 dollars per barrel average as of today. So 74 times 1,006, it gives us 118,400 per barrel. So, and don't forget that it's 159 liters in a barrel. So divided by 159, it gives us 744 naira per liter of crude.
Okay.
744 naira per liter of crude. So you now look at transporting it to Dangote, refining it, and bringing it back. So all those costs, so by the time you had maybe plus 150 per liter, that's like 894. So which is like a 900. The margin of transporting the refined petroleum to the different depots and different parts of the country. So as of today, I believe if Dangote is not selling those stock, if he's the Naira crude swap and they're selling to him in Naira, it should be around maybe 950, not 1,000 thereabout. But these things are very easy to know. So there is no way petrol will come back to like 200 or 300 because it's been deregulated. And it's not because I'm in that sector. I'm not in that sector. I just studied it. So I'm buying it as every other person is buying it. Now, the other thing I want to the other question the person asked is,
Bola.
it is that is in our backyard, right? So we shouldn't be maybe paying as much. And I've addressed that. It's something okay that there are so many other products you generate.
Before you
from
go
it.
into
So
that,
if-
Shiji, sorry, before you go, he also asked that as a result of our membership with OPEC, they are the ones, it seems as if they are the ones determining this price. So what is the benefit that we are gaining from OPEC? That was his question.
Okay, the benefit of OPEC in the world over is a standardized market,
Okay.
so that they don't just because from OPEC you can even see and trace where oil bunkering is coming from. if you get what I mean. So because every country has a rota, and per day you are supposed to be publishing how much you exploit. So if country A, country B, country C, country D, they are getting more, they are getting like 3 million liters. Which countries are you getting it from? So easily, that's why the government was able to trace the people buying our illegal crude oil to Europe.
Hold that thought, please. Hold that thought. We have Adebiyi again from Kogi, if I'm correct. Good morning. Let's have your thoughts quickly, in less than a minute.
Okay, good morning.
Good morning.
I want to contribute to this comment.
The floor is yours.
Is there any way the government can subsidize the CNG conversion for the Nigerian citizens so that we can able to carry our people again?
Okay.
CNG will be the best, but conversion cost is too much.
Okay.
I don't know how the federal government can help us subsidize the conversion to the CNG so that everything is okay for us.
Thank you very much, Adebiyi.
Very well noted. So I would like for Shiji to continue with what he was saying.
Yes.
And also, please remember to answer Bola's question. He talked about the other derivatives of crude. So remember that as well. And then maybe answer our caller from Kogi too.
Okay, so as a standardized market, you get so many benefits that I can't go to. I'm not in that sector, but from the top of my head, I know that if they allow everybody to be selling bread you even get poisonous bread. That's or poisoned bread.
Yeah.
But because there are people that regulate this and they know the standard for you to even bring out. So they set all the standards so your cars are not really damaged, even though there are still substandard that get into different countries, especially Africa, but it's still basic and it's still okay. So you don't get your car damaged. So those are the things.
In other words, you're saying it's important for us to be a member of OPEC.
If you are not a member, we've signed so many treaties and so many affiliations that will
So
make
is that a yes? Let me quickly pick this. It's a yes. All right,
Yes.
I got another caller from Abuja. Thank you so much for calling. Good morning. Go ahead, please.
Good morning.
Yes, please.
My question I want to ask the guest analysis. Since this product is a global product and is being controlled by the OPEC, is Nigeria the present price the cheapest in the whole country controlled by OPEC or the highest? And if it is the cheapest or the highest, why the difference in prices in different countries? This is being controlled by all in the world and the other OPEC. Is Nigeria the cheapest? Because I heard for this high impact TV that there's an African country selling for less than 50 something or thereabout. So is that country price being controlled by the same OPEC? Or is Nigeria OPEC different? Because we want to know, because the effect of this, the way you are saying it, different from the way the ordinary man on the street is saying it. The effect of this in the market is being controlled by it. The effect of not in Nigeria is different from what it is in the other countries. The way we are saying is different from the other countries. So we want to know. Because if there is any country selling less than Nigeria, and maybe those people are other OPEC, so why the difference in prices in different countries?
Yeah, that's a valid question. Thank you so much. Was that Michael?
Shiji, you've been loaded up this morning.
Shiji, can you remember all the questions you need to answer? Could you answer Bola's question? What happens to the profit from the other derivatives from crude, like Bola asked?
Let me quickly answer that.
Okay.
When you are not in charge of your destiny, that's what happens.
Uh-huh.
So when you sell crude to Dangote and you want to get petrol, you will now be asking Dangote, how many liters did you get from other derivatives, the petrochemicals and all that?
Yeah.
You can't ask those questions. It will tell you how much it took, how much money it took again to process those. But if our own refinery was working, the two in Port Harcourt and Warri, that is when we can look at those derivatives to now subsidize the price of petrol. So this is very easy to know with diesel. Today you get diesel 1.2, tomorrow it's 1.150, tomorrow it's 1,000, tomorrow it's 1,003.
Shiji,
it's been regulated for a long time.
I'm so sorry, Shiji. Hold your thoughts. Hold your horses. I'll be right back. Simon from Lagos, thank you for calling. Go ahead.
Yeah, good morning, gentlemen.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Please, my question is very simple. Your discussant, your guest said one barrel
1 barrel of crude oil is equivalent to 159 liters of PMOS, right?
Yes.
Go ahead.
If it is so, as the information we get is that 1 barrel of crude oil, if it is refined, can get you PMOS, get you other of PMOS. It's the only PMOS that one can get for one barrel that is 159 that is. Now this man has used that to say 159 and whatever that is. So what if there are other products that you can get for 1 barrel of PMOS?
Yes, they
So
are.
what can we do?
Thank you so much, Simon. That's the question Shiji is actually answering. Shiji, we are wrapping this up in 2 minutes. Could you please answer this question? I think it's just the same with Bola. And then also answer the gentleman from Kogi who asked for subsidizing the CNG conversion. Yeah.
Yes, the CNG is the best. So I will start from saying there is one important statement I didn't make in the beginning. The challenge with the price of crude oil or the price of petrol in Nigeria is not the price itself, but our exchange rate. Please, emphasis on that.
Good. Now you are hitting the
exchange
nail on
rate-
the head. Yes.
Yes, the exchange rate is the issue. And if you still look at it, 80% of the countries or 90% of the countries around us still sell more expensive petrol. Use your phone, just fact check me. Western world, you can't look at the price of petrol in the Western world. In the UK today, petrol is like 1.33. That £1 33 pence. So if you look at that, that's around 2,200 per liter. In the US, it's the same thing. It's like 1,000 plus per liter. Close to 2,000 naira per liter. So if you look at that, you will know that it's still subsidized because the standard those other countries set and the way all the other prices they factor into it makes it go up. The only difference in those countries is the earning ability, earning
Standard of
capacity
living.
is more. So that's it. So, but in Nigeria, the earning capacity is low, 70,000 naira minimum wage. So it's not. If you look at minimum wage in those countries and you compare it, it's just like saying minimum wage in those countries is as much as 1 million naira or 800,000 naira minimum. So the people have capacity to purchase it no matter the price. So that's the challenge.
Shiji,
so then,
what you
let
just
me quickly.
okay, yeah, go ahead. But I was going to say what you just said explains it all. Right?
Yes.
Standard of living and exchange rate is actually what.
Exchange rate.
Yeah,
Yes,
so you were going to answer another question before we wrap up.
Is the problem. So having said that, I will just advise everybody, don't wait for the government CNG. Look at the kit. Look at how it's been done. If you have a brother, a sister, someone, a benefactor, anywhere in the world, get the CNG kit. Let the person do you that favor. Get the CNG kit to you. Pay for fixing the CNG kit. That's all. Because it's like 1/5 of what you spend on petrol. Trust me. So don't wait for government. Don't wait for all this. Find a way to go around it. It's not rocket science, so that we can just benefit and have a better life and save more money for other more important things.
But how safe is this CNG? Because it's also highly inflammable.
Petrol is also highly inflammable. How many times have you had CNG buses or tankers burst into flames? Because it's cylinder. If it's not too hot, if you go through the safety procedures and everything, it's fine.
Okay.
But you just have to make sure you go through the safety. People have been using it for 6-8 months. There's some drivers in Lagos, there's some drivers in Abuja that have been using CNG. They spend 5,000, 8,000 every day. They still charge as if they are buying petrol.
Shiji, have you succeeded in converting? Have you started using the CNG yet?
No, I've not.
But you plan to?
I've not.
You
But
plan?
I know people that have been using it.
Okay, but do you plan to use it?
Not yet,
Not
because
yet.
I'm not commercial, and if you add the government, they are prioritizing commercial vehicles. So because it brings down the rate of transportation of goods and services.
Yeah.
Now, for us private people, I can decide to hop on a bus.
Yeah.
It's nothing that I can decide to go on a BRT. I can decide to take my car out just on Sunday.
Yeah, absolutely.
What forces me? Almost everything is remote now. We're talking to each other. I've not stepped out of my house.
Yeah. On that note, we thank you for hopping on this show with us today.
It's quite engaging.
It has been robust, engaging, and enjoyable. We do hope to have you back again not too long from now. Yeah. Thank you so much, Shiji, for being a part of this.
Thank you for having me.